Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. First of all, I would like to share an important thing with you today. In our yesterday lecture, there was some confusion about the lesson. Your today's lesson is related to the grammar tree, that is unit number 19, phrases and clauses. I am going to ask each student of class 7th whether his section is A, B, C or D. He is bound to have the new book 7, the grammar tree, second edition. Okay, we will do our lessons of grammar tree from the new book, not from the old book. So all the students who have old books should try to buy the new book so they could complete their work, so there might be no confusion related to our lesson. Okay, now come to our lesson, that is unit number 19 from your new book, lesson number 19, phrases and clauses. Students, normally a sentence is made up of phrases and clauses. Yesterday we discussed what is a phrase. Phrase is a group of words that does not contain a finite verb and it does not convey a complete sense. We discussed its types. Today we are going to discuss what is a clause. It is also a part of a sentence. The group of words which forms part of a sentence and that contains a subject and predicate is called a clause. A clause has a finite verb as compared to phrase. The phrase has no finite verb, but the clause has a finite verb. Okay, for example, I could see the lashing waves of the sea. This is a phrase, but when you have the sentence I could see the waves which were lashing against the coast is a clause. This sentence has a complete finite verb, that is see. I could see the waves which were lashing against the coast. This sentence is a clause. It may be a sentence in itself or it may be a part of a sentence. Clear? As a sentence has two parts normally, clause and phrase. A clause can be a complete sentence in itself or it may be a part of a sentence. Okay, now we come to our next topic, that is types of clauses. Clauses are mainly of two types: principal clause and subordinate clause. A clause which is single complete sentence is called an independent or principal clause. A clause which is a single complete sentence is called an independent or principal clause. For example, if there is a sentence, the boy cannot go to play because he has to finish writing the assignment. In this sentence, the first part, the boy cannot go to play, is a complete sentence. It is conveying a complete sense, a complete meaning, that the boy is subject and cannot go to play is its predicate, and it is giving you a complete sense that the boy was not able to play. The boy couldn't go to play outside. It is the main clause, it is the principal clause. It is giving you the complete sense. The second type of clause is subordinating clause or dependent clause. The subordinating clause does not have a complete sense in it. It has to depend on the main clause. Okay, if the clause is dependent on another clause to complete its meaning, it is called a subordinate clause. For example, in the above sentence, the boy cannot go to play because he has to finish writing the assignment. The boy cannot go to play is the main clause, principal clause. They are describing you or they are telling you that the boy cannot go to play. In the second part, they are giving you the reason. They are giving the explanation why he cannot go to play, because he has to finish writing the assignment. If you look at the second part of the sentence, you will find that there is no proper infinite verb, so it is a subordinate clause. Okay, now we will discuss kinds of subordinate clause. There are mainly three types of subordinate clauses: noun clause, adjective clause, and adverb clause. As like noun phrase, the noun clause also functions as a noun and it can occupy the position of the subject or the object in a sentence. Clear? If there is a clause that works or that does the function of a noun, noun you know is the naming word, it will be called a noun clause. For example, the inspector believes that the thief was an insider. This sentence has a subject and its predicate. It is a full clause, and the word inspector and the thief are noun, so it is a noun clause. Okay. The next is adjective clause. The adjective clause does the function of an adjective by describing or qualifying a noun. In noun clause, you can understand that the noun clause does the function of a noun. In the adjective clause, it works as a adjective by describing or qualifying a noun. It will describe or give the quality of any noun. For example, I remember the letter that she wrote to me. In this sentence, I remember the letter that she wrote to me. That she wrote to me is describing the quality of the noun letter. I remember the letter, मुझे वो खत याद है, that she wrote to me, जो उसने मुझे लिखा. The third one is adverb clause. It is the most important part of our today's topic. Our exercises are also related to it, and you have to listen to this discussion clearly and carefully. Okay. Adverb clause, like an adverb you know is the word that adds to the meaning of a verb. The action word, it tells us something more about the verb. Like an adverb, the adverb clause answers the questions when, where, why, how often, with what result, etc. in relation to the verb. For example, if there is a sentence in which some action has been described and you have to find the answer, how this action was done, when it was done, where it was done, in what way it was done, then it will be a adverb clause. Okay. So adverb clause is the clause that answers the questions when, कब, where, कहाँ, why, क्यों, how, किस तरह से, how often, with what result, etc. All these words are related to the verb. For example, he couldn't come because he was sick. He couldn't come. Here the reason is been giving for not coming of him. He couldn't come because he was sick. वो नहीं आ सकता था क्योंकि वो बीमार था. Because he was sick is the adverb clause in this sentence. Okay. Now we will discuss main types or main kinds of adverb clauses. They are of 6 types. First is adverb clause of time. In this clause you will find the answer when. Time means when, किस वक्त, कब. It answers the question when in relation to the verb. It will tell you when an action was completed, when an action was done. For example, we managed to reach the assembly before the bell rang. Before here is the adverb clause of time. Before the bell rang is the adverb clause of time. You can find all these examples in your book, page number 108. We managed to reach the assembly before the bell rang. The next one is adverb clause of place. It will tell you, it will give you the answer of the question where the action was done. The tired soldiers dumped their heavy bags wherever they found space. Wherever they found space is the adverb clause of place. It is telling you where they put their heavy bags. Okay, if you have a sentence where here you have been given the word where or wherever and there is a complete sentence following it, it will be adverb clause of place. Where there is a good school or wherever they found space, all these are adverb clauses of place. The third one is adverb clause of reason. This clause will give the answer of the question why. Why some action has been done. In what way this action has been done. For example, since you have requested a refund, they may give you a check. Since you have requested a refund, since here is describing why some action has been going to be done. Since you have requested a refund, they may give you a check. Someone has requested to get some fund from some bank or wherever he works. The bank will give him a check. Since you have requested a refund, they may give you a check. Another example is she refused the money. Refused means she did not wanted to get the money or she did not want to get the money because she saw it as an attempt to bribe her. Bribe means rishwat dena. She refused the money. She was not ready to take the money because she saw it as an attempt to bribe her. Because she saw it as an attempt to bribe her. Because is telling why she refused to get the money. Is the adverb clause of reason. The next one is adverb clause of manner. Manner means how, in what way, किस तरह से. It answers the questions how or in what way an action has been done. For example, he spoke as if he had been giving speeches all his life. As if he had been giving speeches all his life is a adverb clause of manner. Second example is try to wrap the parcel exactly as I am doing here. In both examples, as is giving you the answer to the question how that action was done. The next one is adverb clause of comparison. Comparison means to match or differentiate two things. It is introduced by the subordinating conjunction then or by the relative adverb as. When you have the words then or as, these will be adverb clauses of comparisons. For example, she is much older than she claims to be. Then she claims to be will be adverb clause of comparison. He is as selfish as he is intelligent. As he is intelligent is adverb clause of comparison. So as is used as adverb clause of comparison. Adverb clause of result. The last one is adverb clause of result. It tells us the result or the consequence of an action shown by the verb. When some action is done, it will tell you what result you have got from that action or what is the consequence of that action. नतीजा क्या हुआ? The child kept on howling. Howling means crying in loud voice. The child kept on howling so that her parents had to be called. So that her parents had to be called. This is a adverb clause of result. This was our today's topic. I think everything is clear to you. You have no confusion about it. If there is some confusion, you can discuss it with me after the lesson. Now we will do our exercise. You can find this exercise on book page number 109, part F. Underline the adverb clauses of time in the given sentences. In our previous discussion, we discussed what is adverb clause of time. In this adverb clause of time, you will discuss when an action was done. You will have to find what time was it when the action was completed, when the action was done. Look at the first example. Save some money while you are still working. While you are still working is the adverb clause of time. It is telling you the time when you are doing your work, you should save some money. So in the first sentence, while you are still working is the adverb clause of time. In part 2, don't disturb me while I am at work. Someone is telling to someone else that don't disturb me while I am at work. It is showing that at this time I am doing a work, so no one should try to disturb me. So while I am at work is the adverb clause of time. Number 3, as soon as he arrived, he asked for you. As soon as he arrived. Here again these words are showing that time of an action. As soon as he arrived, जो ही वो पहुंचा. As soon as he arrived, he asked for you. Number 4, before she left the room, she tidied up the place. Before she left the room. This sentence is telling you when she left the room, she put everything into its correct position, into its proper position, its proper place. Number 5, before you retire from service, you should build a house. This is a very common sentence listened by some government servant or some employees like us. Before you retire from service is the adverb clause of time. Number 6, there was silence in the house after the children left. After here is showing the time. After the children left is the adverb clause of time. Number 7, when I saw the broken lock on the door. When is telling you when that action was done. When I saw the broken lock on the door, I called the police at once. We ran out to play when it stopped raining. We ran out to play when it stopped raining. जब बारिश रुक गई तो हम खेलने के लिए बाहर भाग खड़े हुए. Number 9, when you have finished tidying up your room, you may take rest. When, again this is adverb clause of time. When, from when to the word room is a whole adverb clause of time. Number 10, just as I entered the room. Just as I entered the room, I noticed the broken glass. I think someone has broken some glass, and as soon as I entered the room, I noticed that there was some broken glass. So in the last sentence, just as I entered the room is adverb clause of time. Your home assignment, students, for today is your exercise H, and you can find this exercise on page number 110 of your book. Very easy exercise and very short. Underline the adverb clauses of reason in the following sentence. Reason means you have to tell why that action was completed. These are 6 sentences. You have to just underline the adverb clauses of reason. Okay. In the last step, I want to clear to you that in our yesterday lesson we did an exercise A that is not included in our syllabus. Today I am going to tell you that this exercise A you have to do in your notebooks. It is found on page number 104. In it you have to identify whether these sentences are phrases, sentences or clause. I have written the first letter P for phrase, sentence for S and C for clause. For example, the first one is a positive attitude. The a positive attitude does not has a finite verb, so it is a phrase. Okay. Number two sentence, he has a positive attitude. It is a complete sentence. He is subject, has helping verb, a positive attitude, adjective. Number three, it has made all the difference. It is again a sentence. Number four, a unique personality. It does not contain a finite verb. It does not give you a complete sense, so it is a phrase. Number five, while he was looking for a job is a clause. Number six, what he was looking for again is a clause. It is a part of a sentence. Number seven, as she was writing a story, it is again a clause. It is a part of a sentence, not a complete sentence. Number eight, a strange incident. It is again a group of words without any finite verb, so it is a phrase. Number nine, although they were ready with their offer is a clause. And the last one is sentence. It was not meant to be. Students, I want to make it clear that in yesterday lesson I gave you an assignment that is also included in your new book. It is on page number 106 part B. Fill in the blanks with suitable phrases given below. So you have to do all these exercises in your notebooks. Okay, your home assignment is your attendance, so send it to me. Okay, thank you so much.